Yes.
Hello everybody, welcome. We're finishing up some crafting, grinding, and material melding apparently.
Certainly.
And then we'll be back on the MSQ. Because MSQ.
Because plot.
Yes.
Holy cow, the plot.
Yeah, the plot has kicked into high gear, so.
Oh, okay.
Working on it.
Now I hand you things.
I have 4 slots.
Now, that'll probably go directly into an existing stack, but... I'll hang on to the spare for now.
Okay, we need to head back to Shalone.
Mm-hmm.
I think we logged out at Shishiniwazi Springs. I probably butchered that.
No. Ross, respawned right as you were teleporting.
Yeah, there's a big, circuit, so...
He was right there.
I know. Hold on.
Are we on side quest or not?
I think we finished all the side quests.
Looks like it. But we still
There!
gotta...
I can officially be a bondage fairy.
I can't take you anywhere.
Double checking. Yep, all side quests are done.
Mm-hmm.
I got doodles too. So,
yes.
Quick question. Big blue wings? Or the actual pixie wings?
How about a paper sack over your head?
Sorry, don't have that. I think these look more spiky and go with the suit. Kind of, sort of.
Okay. Nothing goes with that suit.
And all clear this way. The mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. I think Doodles is unsure.
I'm sure.
Hey there, Mr. Railroad Clerk.
Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. Walika and the others are out investigating, and they've confirmed that Nitowiki is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back in here that the dome appeared.
Okay.
Those who were riding the train then are fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembarked at Yasulani.
Oof.
What a mess. Just after we finished fixing the tracks. Get it out, you two.
Quack!
Oh, ho!
Oh, we have a mechanical soldier over here.
The mechanical soldier shows no signs of life. It appears to have been run through with a polearm.
I wonder who could have done that.
Yeah, that's funny. Run through by a polearm. I don't remember seeing anyone in this area using polearms. They all like guns. Who could have possibly done that?
Your sarcasm is showing.
Really?
Ah, so that's the way of it. Good thing he showed up when he did. Yep.
And this is why there's no signs of an attack in this town other than the one dead soldier.
Hey, Ren, Rylea, you came. As you can see, we're doing all right. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame I never got a chance to ask his name. It's Astinian.
You don't need to.
His name is Astinian. We're all safe thanks to him. But I can't say the same for those in Yasolani. We haven't heard from anyone over there. I hope Namika's well. I hope so too. Ilin Shippa must be worried sick. I do hope he's alright. What? Who's sulking?
Boko.
You heard about the spearmen as well? That couldn't be anyone else.
No. What's this? Someone spreading more gossip about me?
Oh, you wish, kid. Oh, hi, Astinian!
Talk of how I saved the town travels fast. That's not to discount the help of my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. We, you say? I thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? Mostly.
So you were indeed the one keeping people safe. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. The automata weren't particularly strong. Has someone out-leveled us again? But the rumors are true. Galul Jaja is slain.
I'm afraid so. Zoralja used some dirty trick to get the better of him. We'll make him pay for what he's done. Mark my words.
You're going to help her, I assume.
You assume correctly.
I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength. In which case, I will remain in Shaolani and keep an eye on things.
Okay. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Koana.
Koana? Brother? Wait a second! You're the Vow of Resolve?
I am. And you're Zakawa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe.
Absolutely. If more of those Hollow Men show up, I'll send them packing. You? I'm the fastest gun in Shaolani, and maybe the slowest wit. Riley and Theron can attest to that.
That expression!
Yes!
I guess I have to agree here, but...
I mean, he is fast.
He is a good shot, but
with a gun.
He's a kid.
Other places, he's not so fast.
Glad to hear it. We'll leave Shaloni in your capable hands.
Let's get patrolling right away then. Stay safe out there, and don't do anything reckless. Unlike you. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally.
You got it, Stinian. Right then, it's time we head to the station and join the others. Astinian, one of the few people on the planet who can go head-to-head, toe-to-toe with the Warriors of Light. Hello,
Yep.
side quests!
My. Why is there a blue among them?
We have 2 missing blues, so that would be one of them.
2? Oh, I thought we were down to 1 all this time. Wow. I've been off.
Refinery engineer.
I hate saying this to you, but you look better.
Really?
Surprising source of fiber. If the townsfolk's entrepreneurial spirit could be bottled and sold, they would surely make a fortune. You're not from Tyrol, are you? I have a feeling your worldly experience will come in handy. As you may have noticed, we produce a lot of ceruleum here. But did you know that the resin that comes as a byproduct can be used to make carbon fiber? From what I hear, outfits woven from the stuff are all the rage over in Ilsabard. Hoping to keep up with the latest trends, we've made some of this fiber ourselves, and even made a set of work clothes from it. I was hoping you could act as our model. Once you're all dressed up, I'd like you to get the opinion of the Pelu Pelu cloth merchant down at the station. Find out if there's money to be made from such a design. Just let me know when you're ready.
I guess we're doing this now.
Alright then, let's get you dressed. Bear in mind, it's something of a prototype, so don't worry if it looks a little rough around the edges. Yep.
Okay, where's this turn in? Turns in this way.
Hold on a moment. Okay. Because the usual character sheet examine does not work. It shows your actual outfit.
Well, there's the Pelu Pelu.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, good sir.
Can I help you? Carbon fiber cloth, you say? Originally developed by the Garleans, as I understand. And your garb is made from the same material. I see. It certainly looks very appealing, but there are more important factors to consider, namely durability and flexibility. Would you be so kind as to dance for me? Yes, you heard me correctly. Dance. I merely wish to see the fabric in motion.
You asked for it.
Yeah, that is hardly a, workout for your set. Very good. Robust enough to withstand such vigorous flailing. Vagrant's was hardly vigorous.
No, it was not vigorous at all.
Yet sufficiently flexible to maximize ease of movement. There was, however, one glaring flaw. The cloth appears to be susceptible to fraying, which could cause irritation when coming into contact with the skin. Even so, I imagine this material has its uses, provided such uses are carefully selected. Should it become possible to mass produce the fiber, there is a high chance of similar wares turning a profit. Please pass on my regards to the designer and tell them I would be willing to discuss this venture further.
That dome on the horizon.
Yeah.
Dislike.
Frankly, all the towers were worse. Mostly because they're movables.
Yeah, well.
So, how did it go? But first things first, I'll be taking back the clothing samples, if it's all the same to you. I'm not sure about that fully for clothing. He mentioned mass production, did he? As things stand, we'd have to make each item by hand, which is not only inefficient, but it means we'd need to charge a higher price. We'll need to look into simplifying the process. Come to think of it, we already rely on machines for all kinds of things, so why not this too? Of course, that would require a huge investment, but you have to spend money to make money just like the railroad company did. Maybe we should take a leaf out of their book. Wonder if they'd be willing to invest in our enterprise. No harm in asking, I suppose. Oh, and thanks for your help, by the way. No. Thank you. Really? That did not? Oh. I feel cheated.
Give me a second.
Yes, Urka. Boku finally stopped scratching itches.
I think he had a package to deliver.
Yes. They're not going to deliver themselves, which is what needs to happen if you leave it to the Moogles.
Yeah, there is that. Assume we're doing all the golds first.
Sure. Assume away. A tool tail. Though cerulean technology is all the rage, some dream of simpler times. Well, look at you. Bold as brass and twice as tough, I'd wager. Maybe you could help me out? See, I moved here a few years ago to get into the cerulean business, but before that, I worked as a miner over in Toniton, Hawaii. Back then, I had me a favorite pickaxe with a Yehihisi engraved into it. I figured I had no more use for it, so I left it behind. But with all the recent turmoil, I found myself pining for it, as a reminder of a time when life was simpler. I'd go back and get it myself if the whole place wasn't swarming with cutthroats, and that's where you come in. You look like you could hold your own, or at least manage to sneak in and grab the pickaxe before any of them notice you. Think you could give it a try?
I can try.
How long has it been sitting there?
Question is, I think we should get the other one before moving out.
Certainly.
Choo-choo!
A grave matter. Your help is required in a rather sensitive undertaking. Say there, traveler. Did you come here from Eorzea by any chance?
That obvious?
With those clothes? Maybe not.
I
With
think-
those clothes.
I think it's the ears.
Maybe mine. Just as I thought. If it's not too much to ask, I could use your help. Truth is, I'm about to go pay my respects at my friend's grave, and I think he'd appreciate having someone from Eorzea giving a little prayer. Not far from here. A little cemetery on the outskirts of town. I'll wait for you there, and I promise I won't keep you long.
Does not go in the opposite direction. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Kind of on the way.
A little farther north, but not a bad thing. Though we do have to dodge the cerule azures.
And all this, yeah.
Yeah, those things.
Glad you could make it, truly. This here cemetery is the resting place of all kinds of folk. Those born and raised nearby are buried alongside those that came from far and wide. See, my friend was a sailor from Eorzea. Well, to be more precise, he was a ship's engineer, and he came here to teach people how to operate a whole host of machinery. But even with proper training, it's a dangerous line of work. He was killed in an accident. As you can imagine, we don't get a lot of folks from Eorzea here, and it would mean the world to me if someone from his homeland could offer him a prayer. What do you say?
I think we can manage.
Great. So that's a way Eorzeans honor their dead. Simple, but beautiful. Tell the truth, I wanted to see it firsthand to learn how to do it myself. That's part of the reason I wanted to bring you here. I'm very grateful for you sharing this custom with me. Now on, whenever I come to offer him my prayers, I only remember what you've shown me. There we go.
Grats?
Mm-hmm. Also, I believe... Yes. 655, 666.
Ah, the great equipment shuffle.
Yeah. Yeah, and that too. Oops, right, that was the wrong one. Excuse
I
me.
see! Ah! I was about ready to tell you to go back to your room, young lady!
Beats what you were wearing. Okay. Could I have a determination 10?
No! Go fish!
Really?
Yeah. I have one left and I'm trying to keep that slot in my bag for it.
Hold on a moment. Crit 10?
Oh yeah, sure.
And have a direct 9. for a more proper 663. And that one was empty to begin with. Do you need Brax leather?
Yes.
Willing to take normal quality?
Leather or skin?
Leather.
I can take it, but my bags won't like it.
Because it came out of a desynth. And my desynth isn't nearly good enough to get me high quality. Okay, let's see what melding looks like on this outfit. No, yeah, oh boy.
Sad, you say?
Non-existent. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3.
The joy of maintenance.
4, 5, 6, 7. We'll start with just a really basic round and worry about more later. Can you hand me 7 piety 10s?
Give me a second.
Yeah, I've managed to trade out like most of my healing set. And I figured you would have no problems with supplies on piety.
Not an issue with piety. But that gets a healthy start on things. Okay, so now that that's to 95. Pally. All aboard? Ignoring you! Ignoring you too. Time to commence plan sneaky sneak. Okay, which way is he facing? He's facing that way.
At least for the moment. This pickaxe does not have anything engraved into it, besides the usual scratches one might expect.
Polytender.
Although this pickaxe features an engraving, it depicts some sort of Nopala-tender. This is not the pickaxe you were looking for. Ah. This pickaxe is engraved with the image of a Yehesia, just as described.
Go, go! Backhoe, go!
You think the noise from this thing would be noticed?
Apparently not!
Yeah, they're not very good bandits. The Anala are far more aware of what's going on around them than they were.
Yeah.
Any luck finding my pickaxe?
You mean this one?
Engraved pickaxe. Bears an engraving of a mighty Yehesia. Wings spread, though the multitude of scratches wrought through wear and tear obscure the image somewhat. I'll be damned. That's it. Of course, now that mining is a thing of the past, I didn't think I'd ever need this thing again. But then I realized might be a way to use the skills I learned as a miner in the cerulean industry. If I ever have a chance to swing a pickaxe in the future, there's none I'd rather turn into than my old favorite. Thanks for sticking your neck out and bringing it back to me. This implies we might see him again, since he has a plan.
A man with a plan.
Yep, but not a canal. Down to the blue.
Well, Spunny, you seem like you need some guidance.
A bad case of the Blue Devils. The senpei of Shishiwenzi Springs is short 1 porter. Hey, you, travelers. You came here down the Tuliolal Trail, right? Happen to see a woman on the road? Maybe nursing a limp, sore head, or some such? No sign, huh? I work here at the refinery, and it seems I now have a problem. It's a friend of mine, Kayamene. She set out for Tuliolal not long back, but only a Ronik returned, pulling an empty wagon.
Ooh, that's not good.
Was thinking the animal just got spooked by something. Sent Kayamene sprawling in the dust and hightailed it back here. If you didn't see her, say, you couldn't go and take another look, could you? I'd go myself, but I'm 2 hands down as it is. Thanks, friends. She was taking a cargo ceruleum to the Tuliolal trailhead. You know the way, right? Just take the road southeast from town. She'll be somewhere along it. If you find her, tell her to get her hide back here as quick as she can. We've got work to do. We're all hurt.
kind of innocent heart, because it's like, okay, if you see her, she needs to get back here.
Yep.
A lot can happen. So, back down the trailhead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
And how did we miss you?
Ah, finally! You don't know how good it feels to see a friendly face. Well, Spani sent you. Gods, he's going to dock my pay, isn't he? Well, at least the Ronique and the wagon made it back. A good thing it all happened after I dropped off the ceruleum, too. Don't want to think how much the company would have charged me if I lost the load. Maybe that's what the beast was after. Oh, didn't I tell you about the beast, did I? I was just out from the trailhead when it sprang up on us out of nowhere. Naturally, my Ronique bolted. Managed to hold on this far, but I eventually lost my grip and took a dirt bath. Still, it could have been worse. At least I didn't break anything. And it was you that found me, not the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, you didn't see it on your way down, did you? A horrible blue bobbly thing.
That looks kind of familiar.
Isn't that a mimic slime?
Looks like one.
Just like that! Oh gods, it's the beast! It found me! It's confused.
It's as scared of you as you are of it.
It was a lot more aggressive down by the trailhead, I swear. Why isn't it attacking? I guess it took one look at you and lost its appetite. Thanks, partner. I've lived here my whole life and I've never seen anything like that blue bob before. But others have. I hear about them from a fellow trapper. Like ceruleum with skim, they say. Started showing up their ugly faces a few years back, prowling around the wells. Reports to its foreman, but they weren't interested. And the way they considered it, so long as we've got all our limbs attached, the blobs ain't a threat. But they damn well better change their mind about them now. It's not enough that one of their best employees could have been killed. They could have lost a whole wagon load of ceruleum. Say, you two, would you come back to the company office with me? They can't wave it away so easily if both of us are telling the same story.
This is going to be a chain for the rest of tonight, isn't it?
Probably. Thank you kindly. Come on, let's head back to Shinshin's Spring. Shinshin Spring. Yeah.
Insinewezi. Or something.
Yeah.
That thing.
Boop boop. at last. For a moment there, I didn't think I'd even see the old place again. And I can tell you right now, I am not taking another wagon out until the company tells me exactly what they're going to do to protect their precious employees from those rotten blobs. Are you with me?
Yep, chain. Down in the mouth. Kiamini is eager to impress the danger imposed by the blue blobs upon company management.
Alright, so here's the plan. We go to my foreman, Wasanabe, and one who sent you to look for me. We tell him everything we know about the blue blob, how it ambushed my wagon, and tried its darndest to get me in its gullet. And how the mere sight of a formidable warrior like you sent it running for the hills. Wasanabe's got an ear of the overseer, you see. So long as you can convince him, the company's sure to do something. Assign us an escort, at least. I'll head over to the offices and drag Wasanpi from his desk. Come join us as soon as you can. Sorry, I need to be better at reading. My bad. Go on, tell him what you saw. The sheer gelatinous horror of it.
Travelers. Thanks for finding Kiamini and bringing her back safe. She said you and her had something you wanted to talk to me about?
That's right. I was on my way back from Dawntrail trailhead when I set upon by a thrice damned demon. If it hadn't been for Theron and Rylea here, I'd be drowned in the devilish jelly's belly right now.
And you say these two saw this blue blob too?
They did. And they're not the only ones. Plenty of other trappers have seen them too, prowling around the wells and the wagons, even some of the engineers servicing the rigs. You see the connection, don't you? They're nosing around anything and anyone that smells of ceruleum. Maybe they're attracted to it. Maybe that's why they were attracted to me.
Or even the wagon. Maybe. If they are, and they're aggressive like you say, then they're a threat to our workers we can't ignore. Still, there's something about all this that doesn't hold water. I've heard of these things too, the blue blobs. Been keeping track of the sightings, even made a map of them. And do you know what I found? Most of the sightings have been around Shaolani Station, not a single one near the Maw of Sanshea. You know the Maw, right? The pits of ceruleum near the rigs, the ones that are always catching light. It's the sunlight that sets them off, you know. They burn themselves out occasionally, but the next clear day that comes around, they're all aflame again. What I'm saying is, that whole place stinks of ceruleum. So how come there's never been a sighting there, even with all the wagons taking the trail straight through it? And how come the one that followed you there took off as soon as it drew near?
Maybe there's something about the Maw that wards them away.
That's what I was thinking. Thought it might be the fire, but they don't seem to mind it around the rigs. No, there's got to be something else. Yeah, Minnie, I want you to look into this. Go back to the maw and see if you can figure out what might be keeping them away. You grew up around these parts, right? Perhaps the folk in your old stomping grounds might know something we don't, and be more inclined to share it with one of their own than an outsider. I'll handle all your portering duties till you get back. You know what the overseer's like. Keeps his purse strings tight. Unless we can prove these things really are attracted to ceruleum, and the attack on you wasn't just a freak coincidence, he's never going to stump up the guild to guard every convoy.
Understood. I'll get you that proof you need. I promise.
Would you mind going with her? Don't worry, I'm not my boss. I can spare you an escort fee. The blobs might not like the maw very much. They seem to have taken a liking to her. Thank you kindly, and take care out there.
We got this. Come on then, Theron, Rylea, back to the maw. Yeah, it's sure lighting up.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think this is the closest I've ever been to one of these pits. My granny always told me never to go near the maw. She said that if I burned myself to a crisp, I'd only myself to blame. But duty calls. I'll have to look around the pit. You take the one across the way. It's just under the rig. And as for what we're looking for, well, I suppose we'll know it when we find it.
If we're lucky.
Don't worry about me. If I catch a light or see another one of those blue blobs, I'll scream. You can be sure of that. Go and see if you can find anything at the pit across the way.
Ceruleum-rich water. Find a pale, softly glowing crystal at the bottom of the ceruleum pool. Return to Kayamine to share your find.
Like we're going for.
Going to say.
Look at what we found. A crystal, you say? At the bottom of the pool? I found one too. Stubbed my toe on the wretched thing. Guess my granny was right. Jumping in the maw is dangerous. I thought it was just a rock, albeit a funny colored one. Didn't think I'd ever see a stone as white as this before. Not around these parts, anyway. And certainly not two of them. It's almost as if they'd been put there deliberately. Here, you think these crystals may be what's keeping the blue blobs away?
Listen to your elders. Kiamene wants to know more about the strange white crystals you found in the Maw of Sunshea.
Looks like these stones are the only clue we've got to go on. Let's go and ask my granny if she knows anything about them. Nechtes is her name. Lives over in Luatinewanasawa.
Yeah.
The village
That's
where
one
I
of the
grew up.
horrible ones.
It's just on the other side of the butte. Come on. Nechtes isn't actually my grandmother, you know. She's one of the village elders who takes her duties more seriously than most. She's always out and about, keeping an eye on everyone, whether they like it or not. Let's split up and try and find her. You take the right side of the main street, I'll take the left. Really, you two?
Yep, really. Old Ma Nestezi. Sure, I've seen her, and not long since. One of the village kids was playing around in the fields, and she didn't take too kindly to it. Chased him up that street there, saying she was going to give him the hiding of his life for damaging the crops. This would be the one. Sorry? My ears are still ringing from the chewing out Grammy gave me. I thought I could outrun her, but she was too fast. If you're looking for her, she said she had to call on one of the ladies in the village. Only thing stopping her dragging me home by my hair. Lady's sister lives just up the hill there. She'll be able to show you which house it is.
Ma'am? You're looking for Nechtes? She went to see my sister. She's with child, you see. Grammy made a charm for a safe birth and wanted to give it to her in her person. The house is just around the back corner, up under the butte. Who are you? What do you want? Ah, you found her. Excellent work, you two. Friends of Kiamene, are you? And I see she's got you running errands for her, as usual. Whatever you want, make it quick. I've got places to be. We wanted to ask you about these stones. We found them in the Maw of Sunshea and thought you might know something about them. Here. Fool of a girl!
Yep.
It's one of the warding stones that keep the beasts from coming back. And you picked it out of and brought it here? You reckless or just stupid? I didn't mean anything by it. I just wanted to know what it was. Then shut your mouth and open your ears, and while I tell you the tale of the Blue Beast. Time it was stalking these lands, a demon of burning blue flame that would rise up from the maw on a moonless night and wreak fiery death across the Shanali. Only when its thirst for destruction was finally sated would it fade to nothing. But its evil spirit lives on, welled up from the underworld, taking the shape of minions, its devil's droplets, that would throw themselves into the fiery pits to summon up their master once more. Once our ancestors knew whatever those thrice damned things appeared, it was only a matter of time before the blue beast rose again, until a young miner from the village made a discovery that would change our fate forever. He found a strange, pale ore, Yawinkawa, or in Yawinqua Canyon, that seemed to drive the droplets away. A stone in each pit, and that was the last we ever saw of the beasts.
Maybe the last you ever saw of it.
Thought it was the last we would ever see of it, but then you decided to get into your stupid head to go paddling around the pool of hellfire and run away with the only thing that was keeping us safe. You go and put those stones back where you found it this instance, and I'll think about sparing you the lash. Gods, my poor heart. If they were more important, she could have told me about them before.
Ease.
Well, better late than never, I suppose. After hearing that, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Boss battle coming up?
That the stones are what we need to keep the blue blobs away?
Fine.
Right. Assuming the devil droplets she mentioned are the blue blobs by another name, we can use stones like this to ward them off. We only started seeing the blue blobs a few years ago. Back right around when the cerulean drilling business took off. Maybe that's what summoned them up from the underground. The sound of the drill stirring their masters from slumber. They need to throw themselves into the burning cerulean to summon their master. But with the stones keep them away from the maw, they're searching for elsewhere. That explains why we've been seeing them around the wells in the plant. They're following the scent of ceruleum, like we thought, and as soon as they find a blue flame, they're like flare stacks on top of the rig, or tools of the engineers servicing the processing plant. They'll summon their evil master once more. They'll summon their master up once more! We need to get these stones back in the pits, and fast! Ah, come on, we can take them.
Better it shows up now than later after we're gone. I can take it.
Tacos.
Kayamene has a stone in her hand and a cloud on her brow.
First things first, we'll need to get the crystals back to the maw as quickly as we can. Right now, there's nothing stopping the blobs from just jumping into those pits and bringing back their master. Oh, I'm such a fool. Granny always told me I have to be stupid to go anywhere near the maw of Sanxia. She was right. If anyone gets hurt, it'll be my fault. We have to hurry. give up already.
Nope.
Go home. Thank
Fine.
you.
Oh dear. No sightings around the maw, I said. Shows what I know. About that. Sorry.
Yeah, they we came back just in time. I found Waspane being attacked by 3 of those things, but they ran off as soon as I arrived. Must have been the stones in my pocket. They're getting bolder, Theron. We need to do away with them before they can hurt anyone else. You go after them. I'll get Waspane back to the springs. And put those stones in the hole. The blobs that were attacking Waspane can't have gone far. You need to finish them off before they find someone else to take their anger out on. Yeah, they're not that far.
Still leaves the question of why they ran from us.
Yep, there they are.
Indeed. Multiplying. Rule through them. They're basically more normal puddings. You tell them, Poco.
Yeah, not a problem.
So far, so good. One wonders how many more there are.
I think they went back to town.
Yep. Said she was gonna take him back to the springs.
As I dodged Nopala tenders. You got him? Oh, thank you, you two.
Weren't nothing. Yes, thank you, both of you. You saved my life. I was done with KMN's deliveries, so I thought I'd take a look around the maw myself. See if I could find what was keeping the blue blobs away. Turned out the answer was nothing. Yeah, about that. I fought them off as best I could, but it was 3 against 1. If it weren't for you, I'd be a dead man.
You're wrong. The reason they attacked you is because of us. Because of me.
Because someone has not been telling the tribal stories the way they should. So that's how it is. Old stones and old magic.
Yes, the stones were the only thing keeping them from the pits. I'm sorry.
You weren't to know. Now we do. The question is, what are we going to do about it? We know that the blobs are attracted to burning ceruleum, and we know they're dangerous. But we also know they won't go anywhere near the kind of stones you, Riley, and Theron found in the pits. That, to me, adds up to a plan, providing we can get our hands on more of them.
Granny said the stones were mined from Yowiqua Canyon. If there are any more there, we can dig them out and place them around the town as a barrier to the blobs.
Alright, you head down to the canyon and see what you can find. I'll keep covering your deliveries till you get back. Luck be with you.
Next stop, the canyon. If we can find a seam of the stuff, we can keep our people safe. Speaking of, I hope you don't mind coming with me again. I'm a tapper, not a fighter, and there's a lot of open desert between here and there.
Surely you know the stealth skill at a high enough level. Like all gatherers. Dig for victory. Kayameni asks for your continued assistance in finding a way to counter the blue blob's bane.
Ah, there you are. You two ready to go? Iwikwa Canyon is to the south of town, near Lutawanewawasia.
Yeah.
Remember, we're looking for more stone that we found in the cerulean pits. Understood? Alright then, let's head out. The warding stones were a lot paler and more crystalline than the rest of the rock around here. Let's split up. Give me a shout if you find anything that looks like the stuff we found in the pits.
Interesting that it comes from here. Sandstone wall is made up of layers of 100 hues, red, ochre, and gold. The last none is quite the same shade as the warding stone. Interestingly shaped stone among the pile catches your attention, but alas, there's nothing pale nor shiny about it.
Bleached bones.
Pull one of the bones from the sand, and a chunk breaks off. A surprisingly heavy, surprisingly crystalline chunk, whose resemblance to the stone you found in the Maw of Sanshea is unmistakable. So the warding stones are fossils?
Apparently. No use. I've looked and looked, but I can't see in sand. But all I can see is sand. Well, that and sandstone. Do you have better luck? Yeah, fossil!
Warding stone, a curious stone formed from the fossilized remains of a great beast. I wonder if it's the great beast.
This is it, the same stuff as the warding stone. Where did you find it? A bone, you say? I remember my granny telling me stories something like that. She said that when an animal dies in the desert and the bones are swallowed by the sand, they take on aspects of the earth below, gradually turning to stone. But if it's a great beast, powerful beast, then the earth that takes on the animal's aspect instead, and the sand around becomes imbued with the aether. That must be why the bluebirds blob stayed away from the maw of Senchaya. They could sense when the beast whose bones were once They can sense the beast whose bones these once were, and were afraid of it. But if we want to keep all our operations safe, we're going to need a lot more of stones like this, and that's going around and take a lot of digging. If the overseer's not willing to pay for a few guards, I doubt he'll give us the guild to open up a whole new dig site. If it's gil you need, I know someone who might be able to lend it to you.
Don't look at me, I'm a fighter, not a financier. Have you taken a look at my bank account? But yes, the first one.
You do? Friends in high places, eh? Suppose you make a lot of them in your line of business. Helping folks out as you do. Anyone I know?
Well, you see?
Zatuiqua? The money lender? I know him, but only by reputation. Well, what a reputation it is. Let's head over to Huitzatwahi and ask if he can help. One of these days I'll get the name right.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Just as we're leaving the zone?
Just as we're done with the expansion.
Yeah, probably.
Just as the next expansion comes out.
And then they'll turn the word salad up to 11.
I think they already have, thank you.
To be fair, they're probably aping off of some North American names. We're just...
One would think so.
Unfortunately, the North American school system has a lot to be desired when it comes to other cultures and languages.
Looked up.
Hmm?
I should not have looked up.
The ship's looming overhead.
Hanging in midair the same way bricks don't.
Yeah, that's an apt description.
Is that really necessary?
He thought so. Come on. You should be the one to talk to Zatuiqua first. I'll only get in the way. Yeah, but I need you to follow. And he's upstairs.
Everyone is upstairs.
Hey, Zatuiqua. Have we got a proposal for you?
Relia, Theron, it's so good to see you again. Can I buy you a drink? You'd prefer a mine? Well, the least I can do is hear you out after all you did for me. Your friend's downstairs, you say? Then what are we waiting for? Let's talk business.
Thanks for introducing us, Theron. Rylea. I gave Zintriqua the gist of things. He says he's thinking about it.
So, if I understand the situation correctly, KMNE here needs to mine fossilized beast bones, but her management's too tight to foot the bill. Alright then, let's go and have a little talk with this overseer of yours. See if we can come to some arrangement.
Really? You don't need to hear anything more?
What more is there to hear? If Rayleigh and Theron vouch for you, that's good enough for me. I owe them a debt, and I mean to pay it. Besides, this proposal of yours sounds like it could be of benefit to the whole of the wilds.
Thank you. In that case, let's head over to the springs right away. You too!
You too?
You too as well. Zoom zoom. Apparently the critters around here have absolutely no understanding of who they're messing with.
Well. Warriors of Light have not been part of the ecological balance for very long here. See many familiar faces here. The laborers may earn their coin in the springs, but they spend it in Husatawe.
Yep, that's where the booze is. Just in time. Waspani's gone in to fetch the overseer. He'll be out any moment.
Sorry to keep you waiting, folks. I'm Tazenza, the man in charge of ceruleum operations around these parts. I understand you have a proposition for me?
Yes, sir, we do. It's about the beast that's been prowling around the plants.
And you're sure these stones really do ward off the blue blobs, or ward the blue blobs away? How do we know this old legend you're basing everything on isn't just idle talk? They do, sir, I'm sure of it. 3 of the things had me cornered till KMNE showed up holding one of those stones. They were afraid and not of her. There's no doubt in my mind that if we can mine more of this stuff and scatter it around the ceruleum works, just like her ancestors did with the Maw, we can keep the whole operation safe. If there's any operation left to keep safe, we're already deep with the banks for the new regs and the plant refit. Till production ramps up, where am I going to get the guild to open up a whole new dig site? I believe that's where I come in. I'm sorry, you are... Zatekwa, moneylender by trade, working out of Husatawi. Your colleagues told me of the difficulties they've been having with these blue blobs. While they've only been sighted around Shinzwezi Springs thus far, I'm of the firm belief they could soon pose a threat to all of Shaoloni. After all, if these creatures are attracted to the scent of burning ceruleum, it isn't only your wells that are in danger. Station 2 could soon find itself under attack. Indeed, I confirmed with one of my clients who works for the railroad that creatures fitting the description I gave him have been sighted along the tracks. So, you see that I have a personal stake in this. I would be more than willing to lend you whatever funds you need to put your colleague's plan into action, and on terms that won't interfere with the daily running of your company, naturally. Lest you forget, 2 of your workers have already been attacked. If ensuring the survival of your company is your primary concern, as I agree it must be, I urge you to act now.
Please, sir, I don't want to lose my life or my job.
How much do I pay you, Kamine? It clearly isn't anywhere near enough. I ask you to drive your wagon for us, and you come up with a plan to save the whole damned wilds. Offer accepted. Let's get those bones out of the ground and keep our people safe.
Thank you, sir. You won't regret this.
Senpai, Kamine, you're off portering duties. I'm putting you in charge of this project. Mr. Zatekwa, if you wouldn't mind stepping inside the office a moment, we can discuss the terms of the loan. Looks like this is where we part ways. Farewell for now, my friends. This may go some way to repaying the debt I owe you, but I still consider myself to be well in arrears. If there's ever anything else I can do for you, you know where to find me.
I should probably join them, but before I do, I want to thank you again. If it weren't for you, none of this could have happened. There are still a lot of dangers out in the wilds. Some we know about, a lot we don't, but bit by bit, we'll overcome the obstacles they throw at us. With a little help from folks like you, I know one day we'll make this place a place where people can not just survive, but thrive. Okay, back to MSQ. And just one aether current to go. And here's the whole gang. Minus Rift. Rift, get your fluffy butt back here. Alice? It seems those soldiers only appear when Shinzwezi Springs. Could have been after the ceruleum?
Don't seem to need a power source like that.
It seems the people of Shaolani are safe. What a relief.
Mewa Tetsuan is still safe, but the animals are unsettled by recent events. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose he's claimed within its borders?
Raha and I have visited the settlements west of here. Thankfully, there was no damage or casualties to speak of.
I heard from Wuklamat that Estinian was here. With him to watch over them, the people of Shaolani have naught to fear.
Thanks to Estinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Shaolani.
The Hatsaro are safe as well. At the very least, there are no sightings of soldiers there.
What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note?
See anything of note?
It is composed of excessively high concentrations of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution.
We need another etheric ram.
Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Zoral, Jaw, and his army emerged from within, there ought to be an entrance.
I'm trying to remember who that is.
I think that's you?
Should be. An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where one is. Oh, I know who it is. Yeah. These are the engineers of Zakutral Railing, which operates the train between Shaolani and Yasulani. When we went out to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then that we saw a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. Okay.
And you're telling us part of it is inside and part is outside?
The good old Alexander Gambit. That seemed to be the case, yes. While we only observed it from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you'd expect, the area was heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went to Yusolani? Wuklamat's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika.
What?
I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who are headed back here are accounted for.
I can't say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yusolani. Right, she's the main engineer driver. But when the big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome.
What's more, the fortress sits right on the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Oh dear.
Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside.
With a locomotive.
Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Zoral Jaw wants me to prove that I'm my father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tuliolal. By charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day, and in so doing, keep his eyes on me.
A bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through their defenses with a single decisive blow. We have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load her with all the fuel she'll carry, and send her hurtling to add it to explode on impact.
But that will destroy the train!
Chief, have you gone insane? You're just saying how relieved you were the train's in one piece. Now you want to turn it into a bomb? The train's not important. Her dream was to have railroads running from coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? It's a sacrifice we'll have to make. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help them. Chief? Isn't this what happened to one of their trolleys on the first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train. So have faith and quit your complaining.
But what if we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead.
No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself.
Oh dear.
Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment if we don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that?
There's no changing her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. The first one.
No, the second one.
True, true.
We won't leave you any sorrows to drown, never fear.
Seeing as I've never had a drink in my life, I certainly hope not.
Let's keep it that way.
Mm-hmm. It'd be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. At least he'll go down as a legendary train that saved Tyrol. That it will. But first, we've got to work to do so she'll look the part. So, should we call her Casey?
I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can help with, you need to say the word.
We'll keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. Seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me
to... we're getting flooded with spam bots.
Oh dear. Oomph. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. What the heck? One more. At least. Still a couple more.
Okay, what account is generating them? Okay.
No. Two older ones.
Oh, I thought I got those.
That's one.
They flooded so fast.
Yeah, they sure did. Okay, that seems to be everything.
Oh, I think I got it all.
Yeah, it looks it. It seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tuliolal and inform Kuana of the situation.
I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue.
I bet you do.
The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that at the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. It's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together.
It's always one mystery after another with us.
And leave it here for the night?
Yeah.
Back to town? Get that rusty?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry guys, we'll have to do this on Wednesday.
Well, they need time to modify the train.
Yes, they do. I will note that this quest does not give us the bang, or the ether current.
No, it doesn't. So, Boko. Get over
here we go again. Thank you!
Stay.
Quick! Quick! Yeah. Every time we think we're gonna leave the zone, we don't. You know, they're just psyching us for another round of side quests as soon as we start on Wednesday.
Yep. Side quests. Side quests as far as the eye can see.
Yeah. With that said, it is past time to call it a night, because Kitten has work in the morning.
And an 8 o'clock meeting.
Ooh boy! Do you have to go into San Fran for that?
No.
Oh, that's something at least.
Good lord, no. Short of, like I said, bringing things home, not going to be a whole lot of that anymore.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, to a certain extent, okay, I don't feel guilty about not going in anymore, but on the other hand, it is kind of a shame that CNET will not be in that building anymore.
Yeah. All right, everybody. You all have a great evening. Thanks so much for coming along. We will see you Wednesday starting at 9:30 Pacific for more adventures and an explosive train ride. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm. Yes. Everyone, have a great night. Hope to see you here on Wednesday at 9:30 Pacific.